Welcome back. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday and New Year and was able to celebrate with their family and get back into the swing of things all right. Now, it wouldn't quite be the holidays without at least one instance of Karen. I mean, the entitlement mentality in this country is running rampant, hence all those compilations on YouTube of Karen that we love watching. But what happens when you take that entitlement mentality to a different country where they do not tolerate it? Well, sometimes you learn about around and find out, which is exactly what happened to two tourists in Bali when they refused to pay for their salon treatment.
Relax yourself. Understand. I was acting sorry. Let me tell you something. I tried to be reasonable. Y'all, I asked you several times. Y'all trying to get money. You don't know what I'm going outside for. Why were you trying to hold me hostage? Did I get any service?
Okay, pause it right here. I know this isn't funny and it should be taken very seriously, but I love how in the footage it says, two ladies but one dressed like a man. But anyways, yeah, we can clearly see that they got into a fight, a physical fight with the salon owner, and then they refused to pay. Now, the perpetrators, or suspected perpetrators, are Andrea Warren and Chandler Butler. The former is from England, and the latter is from the United States. They were arrested at the airport while trying to flee to Thailand when immigration officials flagged the suspects due to their suspicious appearance, and now they're being held. They could be charged under Article 351 of the Indonesian Penal Code for maltreatment, carrying a sentence of up to 2 years and 8 months. Furthermore, they could be charged under Article 335, otherwise known as unlawfully forcing another by force. Okay, sidebar real quick. It looks like the way that the penal code is written, it's like they're trying to fill the word count on an essay.
10 people died in the Bronx last night due to a fire that killed 10 people in the Bronx last night during a fire.
But anyways, they're facing another year in jail over slander because according to the salon owner, they threatened to leave a negative review if they had to pay. And additionally, you can be held up to 60 days in Indonesia before being charged. So in conclusion, they're facing close to 4 years in jail over salon treatment, which I Googled for perspective. In Bali, the average mani-pedi cost is around 100,000 Indonesian rupee, which in US dollars at this time of recording is about $7 give or take. The thing with Bali is it's known for its incredible hospitality and affordability, which is why so many people love vacationing there. At the same time, it's very important that you know about people's culture before going to that country, because this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. Back in 2021, we had a lesbian social media influencer, Kristen Gray, who was living there with her partner and on her platform was promoting how queer-friendly Bali was, when in reality, Indonesia is a majority Muslim country and LGBT people do face discrimination under Sharia law. Now, Kristen's case is very much different than these girls at the nail salon because she wasn't acting entitled in the same way. At the same time, it really does show that lack of cultural awareness can really bite you in the butt. And the mere fact that they felt that they could go to a different country without doing their research first shows a degree of entitlement. And I believe that these two girls at the nail salon grew up not knowing the consequences of their actions, because I don't know how it is in England, but at least in the United States, fleeing the premises before paying for services is nothing new. I mean, think about all those dine-in dashers that we see. And while in the United States, we do prosecute it, there is definitely a softer approach to crime here, and it shows, as the crime clearance rate in the USA as of 2022 was only at 52%, but Indonesia's crime clearance rate has been increasing over the years, and as of 2023 was greater than 70%. The mere fact that they ended up being paraded around in public just shows that they don't play around. And this is exactly why stories like this need more coverage, because for some, it's the only way they will learn. And I believe Indonesia would be right to throw the book at them. And hopefully this does not end up like Brittany Griner, who, for a recap, was a US WNBA player and was originally sentenced to a labor camp in Russia for marijuana possession, but was released back to the United States in exchange for an arms dealer. So if we were to keep bailing people like this out, it will only enable that behavior going forward. And also, it could potentially ruin our own country's reputation even further and make it harder for people who want to go overseas without causing trouble. So hopefully this can be a lesson for people who are thinking about doing that overseas to just stay home. And also, there's a greater lesson to be learned from this. People describe Bali as being humbling because it reminds them of the simplicity of life and happiness, and how to live with less possessions. Whereas here, we have such an overabundance of possessions and money that we don't know what it's like to live with less. And without that perspective, we start to see our own situation as so untenable and painful that we think it's okay to act like this when things don't go our way. And I guarantee you that these girls have it better than 99% of people living in Bali. But because everything leading up to this moment was about them and how they felt, they potentially ruined their lives over nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, hopefully I've earned a subscription. Here's some videos for you to watch in the meantime. Until next time, peace out.